Nietzsche once said that one must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. But he did not mention that chaos is actually your nervous system burning out. You'll mostly just end up staring at a wall for 3 days straight. 2 years ago, I hit rock bottom. Actually, I was at the lowest point I ever been in my life. And I thought if I just tried hard enough, I could fix everything. So I did what everyone says to do. New routines, new habits, new mindset, new wardrobe. And for a little, it felt like it worked. But every single time, I ended up in the exact place. Tired, overwhelmed, and starting over. And I couldn't understand it. I knew I was trying. I wanted to change so bad. So why did I keep collapsing? And this is the part I didn't want to admit. Maybe the problem isn't that I'm not trying hard enough. Maybe I'm trying to build something on top of a system that's already exhausted. If your body is already overwhelmed, it doesn't matter how motivated you are. You can force it for a few weeks, but eventually you crash. And then you think that, but what if that's not true? What if the way you're trying to change is what's breaking you down? Because you can't build a stable life from a dysregulated system. So instead of asking, how do I fix everything? I started asking something quieter. What actually helps my body feel a little less overwhelmed? Not perfect, just less overwhelmed. So I started looking into what's actually happening in my body. Your body runs on rhythm, circadian rhythm, light, cortisol, energy, it's all connected. When you wake up and go straight to your phone or stay inside all day, your body literally doesn't know if it's day or night. That messes with sleep, mood, energy, and everything. One of the simplest things I've been doing is just stepping outside for a few minutes within the first hours of wakening. If you don't get sunlight in your eyes the first 20 to 60 minutes window, your body actually thinks it's still night for the next 3 hours. Your hormones get confused, and that's why you feel like a zombie at 11 a.m. Same with hydration. A lot of fatigue and brain fog, even skin issues are tied to low-grade inflammation. Drinking water consistently isn't fun, but I notice when I ignore it, everything feels so much heavier, and then there's stress, chronic stress. We're built for hermetic stress, short bursts, like running from a lion. Not this constant low-grade hum of notification, expectation, and keeping up. It's like leaving every app open on your phone for 24 hours. It's in your pocket, and eventually the battery will be completely drained. This is where a lot of us get stuck. We try to fix everything at once. Diet, workouts, productivity, while the system is already screaming. That just adds more pressure. Instead, I started asking what actually lowers the load. Not what looks impressive, not what works for someone else, just what feels slightly easier to sustain. Going outside, drinking water, eating something that doesn't spike and crush me, taking a short walk so my blood sugar and nervous system can settle. And none of this is extreme, and that's the point. If you're already overwhelmed, you don't need more intensity. You need less resistance. And here's the weird part that changed everything for me. Neuroception. This is a term from Stephen Porge. Your nervous system has this subconscious radar that scans the environment for safety or danger before your conscious mind even knows what's happening. A text message, a slightly passive-aggressive tone, Walking into a grocery store, your body can decide danger and trigger a dorsal vagal response, the ancient freeze and shutdown mode that pulls all the energy inward to protect you. So you're not lazy or antisocial, your biology just pulls the emergency brake. I read David Hawkins' Letting Go, and he says resistance is what actually drains our energy. Not the fatigue itself, but the constant internal no we say to it. And I was living in a constant state of no. No to the tiredness, no to the overwhelm, no to my own body. But when I stopped fighting it so hard, the system started to regulate faster. And then there's something I had to be really honest about. I don't get drained because I give too much. I get drained because I don't know how to set limit while I'm still there. So instead I avoid, I disappear, I cut people out, not because I hate them, but because I don't know how to stay without losing myself. And for a long time I just thought that's just how I am. It's not that I don't want connection, it's that my system gets overwhelmed before I even get the chance to set boundaries. So it becomes all or nothing. And now I'm trying to do something different, not forcing myself to be super social, but not disappearing completely. Just adjusting the amount, leaving earlier, not replying right away, taking space before it becomes too much. It feels uncomfortable. I'm not used to the middle space where I'm still here, but I'm also protecting myself. And Nietzsche talked about the pathos of distance, that some of us need more space between things to keep our inner star alive. And I'm starting to believe him. Avoiding everything might feel much safer, but it also keeps you stuck. Giving too much burns you out, but somewhere in between has to be a way to exist without constantly overwhelming yourself. Some people can be around others all the time and feel fine. And if you can't, it doesn't make you weak. It just means your system processes more input, more emotion, more stimulation. So you need more space to come back to yourself. That's not failure, that's regulation. And protecting your energy doesn't always mean disappearing forever. Sometimes it means staying, but differently. And maybe that's the whole point. Not fixing everything, just learning how to exist without constantly overwhelming yourself. Thank you for being here, and take care of yourself today, even if it means just drinking a glass of water or going out for a short walk. That's enough.